Paige Boggs in a relationship and is worried about it turning out like the last relationship. I asked for the truth on behalf of Paige Boggs concerning relationship issues and concerning this issue about fear of entering into another one because one was let down somewhat last time. I ask this in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. Let us just now place the cards just to the top there, and what I'll do is I'll deal out 3 cards. The first card we deal is the immediate future, or the recent past correction, assuming everything goes as planned. It is past, present, future unless we'll see what the middle card is first. That's okay. Middle card is the present, indicating, of course, if it's the lady card that represents you, then everything towards that way is your future, whereas the gentleman is that way. So of course we have to know what the middle card is. If it's the person card, often the person card is used either way, and it has to be there all the time. We have to place it there. But in this case we'll just go as it goes. It's past, present, future from left to right otherwise. In this case the person card isn't there that represents you, but certainly the whip is indicating arguments, thundering rows, and it seems as though, I don't know if you're just trying to find a reason to pick at or score points or whatever with. I don't know what this is about, but certainly there's arguments going on. I don't know if you're the one who's argumentative, if you're just looking for an argument because you expect one to be there anyway, so let's have one and clear the air regardless, just so we've cleared that part up till we can think of something else that's wrong, and then we can argue about that. Let me just wet my whistle and get my breath. Recently, of course, what was it based on? Let's just see what that's based on. Oh, family matters. I suppose the ideal family, an upbringing, a good upbringing or whatever. You said you got kids and whatever, so at least you've been doing your best for them, and you've been doing best to keep the home, and to keep a happy home at least in some regard. So very much a domestic sort of person there. I'm sort of getting from that. Let's just see what the immediate future is. Regardless of that, if anything upsets the happy home, I'm sort of hearing that sort of thing. Let's just see. You got the fish there. The fish is there, indicating money in some regard. Notice there's somebody like up in a little shelter up in the garden there, sitting on their own in solitude. There you fish, and there they are in sort of solitude. Maybe is that you or him or what, or both of you, when you get some time alone to sit out there and what you're thinking about, or are you just observing, or will you be observing whatever you survey from what you get from it financially? I get a sort of sense as though there is a touch of there is money coming in. There's money on its way. This is a financial thing, and I get a sense, yes, the argument probably is over money in the sense of keeping the home, not just about looking after the children and whatever. But it is that as well. But in the sense it's looking after the children, paying the bills, and keeping the home. Is this person that you're with now going to be able to do that? It looks as though if he isn't, I don't know why, then you win on the lottery. But either way, it looks as though you're going to come into some money. Either way. I want to pull another card here, but I can't. So sadly, unlike the others, I'm stuck really in just that. So I suppose really we'll quit while we're ahead. But whatever the argument's about, then the argument's, yes, have been about money, but you're going to find out it's all not been, it's all a storm in a teacup, as you would say, or a fish in a pond, I don't know, storm in a teacup. But certainly somebody will be out there thinking out on their own in solitude, wondering, is this really what I should be doing, or not? Although I suppose that can represent somebody observing, you know, and surveying all the wealth that they've acquired over the years, maybe in their retirement. In this particular case, I sort of get this could be just somebody, you, or both of you, when you get your own spare time, just going out in the garden or finding a private space to contemplate in the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, is this really what I want? If all we're going to do is argue all the time. But nevertheless, what are we arguing about? If we're arguing about sort of like the physical side of it, in the sense the material side, then of course I can get a job and prove her wrong, or I can get a better job and prove her wrong, or something like that. I don't know. I just get this sort of sense that somebody's trying to prove you wrong, or will try and do, and they will do, and they'll bring in money, and then you'll, I don't know. Can't tar everybody with the same brush, can we? But unfortunately, it looks as though you're stuck with doing that. But for now, these cards have spoken.